My name is Shiko, Wanjiko Kihika. Very interested with feminine issues and very much focused in liberating young women to have a voice across the creative spaces.
I am a social scientist, very enthusiastic about ecological issues. I want to see a planet where all parts of nature coexist harmoniously.
I am queer, non-binary. I use the pronouns they, she. I am unapologetic. And I spend most of my days fighting for gender equality because I envision a world where gender identity, sexual orientation should not be a bias.
A woman leader, an activist, a community leader, executive director of Endora's Indigenous Women Empowerment Network. This is an organization that works to champion for the rights of women and persons with disability within the community.
Some of the stereotypes we are challenging is the perception that women are emotional. We are not able to hold intelligent or intellectual conversations, as they call them. And when we speak, it's not based on facts or credible information. And we don't have data, which is not our fault because data erases women. Noisemakers, anti-development, just activists. I get that a lot. You're just an activist who has no basis.
There are still a lot of cultural biases even in our society. Being a woman creative in this space is tough by itself.
My community is a little bit patriarchal. A woman has its place, a child has its place in the society, a person with disability has a place far away from the rest. So when you challenge them, you are going against the community norm. Somebody else just sit out somewhere and felt that this one should be the legal framework of the country. But for us, we have not come and shared our voice.
LGBTQ persons do not have access to work. Being a queer child in a boarding school, so much stigma, high risk of gender-based violence, corrective rape, it's happening every now and then. We are in high risk of contracting diseases, and it's because we do not have these commodities. Right now, if I walk into a health facility and tell them that I'm here and I need to practice safe sex, trust me, the only thing a healthcare provider can do is chase me away or call the police on me, and it's because there's so much shame and stigma.
It is time for us to actually be listened to and not just be seen. And my thing is just mobilizing young women, trying to capacity build them to understand the spaces of their interests, but also trying to make sure they spearhead these initiatives.
The world has been structured and its system designed by someone who was lacking nothing. He had everything on the table when he was making decisions. And he forgot about other people like us.
I use my voice to tell people that we're here, and I actually think the moment someone can just listen to my story, it reminds them that it's okay to be different. So we also need to be included in HIV programming. Sexual reproductive health, it's a human right. So can we just give it to everyone? Can a queer person just go to a health facility and access these services without any form of discrimination?
For me, that's why I took a bias on. I know it's a male-dominated space, but I know I want to create spaces for young people and young women specifically in this space. And at the same time, changing the narrative that with everything you do, a woman is asked, what are you bringing to the table? We bring ourselves, we bring our brains, and we bring the work that we put in.
Women now understand their role. They know that their voices means a lot in political spaces, in leadership position and all that.
My break the bias message to the world is women feed the world, women take care of nature, and therefore we have to be at the table for decision making. So the resource has to reach the women and communities on the ground, and we are here to break barriers.
If we can run a world whereby everybody is on board, everybody talks freely, everybody is respected, everybody has justice, then we will be on a harmonious world.
community, if we move together, if we take this road together, without leaving anyone behind, regardless if you are an LGBTQ person, a sex worker, person with disability, persons living with HIV, let's take this road together. Let's head to equality all together.
We're here to be heard. We're here to create impact. And we always say we are queens of our own thrones, that we are going to create the space, the impact. And as they say, the future is female, the future is now, and we are the future.